I know what it feels like to be overwhelmed by emotions, to react in ways you wish you hadn't, or to feel like you're constantly apologizing for losing control. You're not alone, and emotional maturity can change everything for you. Emotional maturity is when you understand your feelings and learn how to handle them without letting them control you. It means staying calm even when things don't go your way, knowing how to talk about what you feel instead of reacting in anger or frustration, and being kind to yourself and others. Emotions are powerful. They shape how we see the world, how we connect with others, and even how we see ourselves. But when we don't understand or manage them well, they can control us, leaving us feeling helpless and trapped. Emotional maturity is what allows us to break free from this cycle. It helps us stay calm in tough situations, communicate better, and live a life of peace and purpose. If you've ever felt like your emotions are holding you back, this is for you. Learning to be emotionally mature is a process, and it takes time. But with consistent effort, you can grow into someone who handles life's challenges with wisdom and confidence. 8 ways to become emotionally mature. 1. Acknowledge and name your emotions. The first step to emotional maturity is simple but often overlooked: recognizing and naming your emotions. It might sound basic, but think about how often we rush through life without pausing to truly feel. Maybe you're angry, but underneath that anger is disappointment. Maybe you're sad, but behind that sadness is fear. Emotional maturity starts with being honest with yourself. Pause for a moment, sit with your feelings, and ask, what am I feeling right now? Where is this coming from? When you name your emotions, like saying, I feel angry or I feel hurt, you gain clarity. Putting a label on your feelings helps you make sense of them. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. You can see what's really happening and start addressing it. Secondly, you take control. When you know what you're feeling, you're less likely to react impulsively. Instead, you can choose a thoughtful response that aligns with your values. By naming your emotions, you shift from being overwhelmed by your emotions to understanding them. 2. Learn to stay calm. Have you ever said or done something in anger only to regret it later? That's because when emotions are high, logic is low. Emotional regulation is about calming yourself before you act. Here's a trick. When you feel overwhelmed, pause, take a deep breath, and count to 10. If you're really upset, step away from the situation. Go for a walk, pray, or even splash water on your face. These small actions give your brain time to reset so you can respond wisely instead of reacting impulsively. Take responsibility for your emotions. It's easy to say, they made me angry, or this situation is ruining my day. Here's the hard truth: nobody can make you feel anything. Your emotions are yours to own. Taking responsibility doesn't mean ignoring what others do, it means choosing how you respond and choosing your own reactions. Instead of saying, they made me so angry, you recognize, I felt angry because of what happened. This shift empowers you to control your response. Blaming others gives away your power, but taking responsibility allows you to choose how to act. Emotional maturity means understanding that while you can't control what happens to you, you can control how you respond. Life becomes less about, why is this happening to me, and more about, how can I handle this better? You stop playing the victim. 3. Learn to pause before reacting. Learning to pause demonstrates emotional maturity because it shows that you have the self-control to stop and think before reacting. It's a sign that you're not letting emotions like anger, frustration, or fear dictate your actions. Instead, you're choosing to respond thoughtfully and intentionally. When emotions are high, it's easy to say or do something you'll regret later. Pausing allows you to take a moment, calm down, and choose a response that aligns with your values rather than reacting out of frustration or hurt. Emotions can cloud judgment. A pause helps you step back, breathe, and think about what's really happening. This clarity allows you to understand the situation better and make a decision that's wise and balanced. The next time you feel a strong emotion rising, don't act right away. Count to 5. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what's the best way to handle this? This pause isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about giving yourself space to respond thoughtfully, not impulsively. This habit of pausing will become your superpower. It will help you stay calm, protect your relationships, and make choices you can feel proud of. Fourth, let go of the need for control. Letting go of the need for control demonstrates emotional maturity because it shows that you understand the limits of your influence and are willing to focus on what truly matters. It reflects a deep sense of self-awareness, acceptance, and trust in the process of life. When you let go of what you can't control, you focus on what you can control. You can't control other people's action or external circumstance, but you can control how you respond. Letting go of the need to micromanage everything allows you to channel your energy into areas where you can make a difference, like your attitude, choices, and mindset. Secondly, constantly trying to control things beyond your reach is exhausting and often leads to frustration. When you release that need, you free yourself from unnecessary worry and create space for peace of mind. Letting go of control isn't giving up, it's freedom. It's saying, I trust myself to handle whatever comes my way. This mindset shift takes the pressure off and allows you to focus on what truly matters, your own peace and growth. 5. Speak honestly and calmly. Clear communication is at the heart of emotional maturity. It's not about arguing or proving you're right. It's about expressing yourself in a way that's honest and respectful. For example, instead of saying, you always ignore me, try saying, I feel unheard, and I'd like to talk about how we can improve that. Notice the difference? One attacks, the other invites understanding. Speaking honestly and calmly is a sign of emotional maturity because it shows you've learned to express yourself with integrity and control, even in challenging situations. When you speak with honesty and calmness, you show strength. You set the tone for healthier conversations and deeper connection. 6. Build emotional boundaries. Have you ever felt drained because you said yes when you really wanted to say no? Or allowed someone to treat you in a way that didn't feel right? Building emotional boundaries means you've learned to protect your heart and mind without shutting people out. It's not about being selfish or cold, it's about knowing what you need to feel safe and respected. How can you set emotional boundaries? Know what makes you happy or upset. Say no when something doesn't feel right. Speak up if someone hurts your feelings. Respect what others like and don't like too. Boundaries aren't about keeping people out, they're about protecting your peace. It's saying, this is what I need to feel respected and valued. And it's okay to stand by those boundaries, even if it's uncomfortable at first. The more you honor your boundaries, the more you teach others to respect you too. 7. Let the past be a teacher, not a prison. We've all made mistakes. We've all been hurt. And sometimes it's tempting to replay those moments over and over, wondering what we could have done differently. Letting the past be a teacher, not a prison, means choosing to learn and grow from your experiences rather than letting them hold you back. Instead of staying stuck in regret, pain, or fear, you see mistakes as lessons that make you wiser. You stop blaming yourself or others and focus on how those moments shaped you into a stronger person. When you let go of grudges, forgive, and reflect on what the past taught you, you free your heart to live fully in the present. Emotional maturity comes from knowing that while the past can guide you, it doesn't define you. It's a reminder that every experience, no matter how painful, can help you become more resilient, compassionate, and at peace. When you let go of past grudges, fear, regrets, you free yourself to live fully in the present and better able to handle your emotions. Emotional maturity isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about choosing to grow, to let go, and to show up as the best version of yourself, even when it's hard. So start now. Pause before you react. Speak your truth. Let go of control. Forgive, set boundaries, and embrace growth. Each small step brings you closer to the emotionally strong, confident person you're meant to be. Emotional maturity is about growing stronger and wiser through life's challenges. The bottom line is, one of the biggest signs of emotional maturity is learning to accept things as they are, It's not about giving up, it's about finding peace and balance, even when life doesn't go your way. If you've ever struggled with letting go or wondered how to truly embrace what you can't change, my next video is for you. I'll show you why accepting things as they are can transform your life in ways you never imagined.